Hey y'all, it's Chris, and welcome back to Creative Loops. This is my channel where I explore all things yarn, crochet, and sometimes knit. And in today's video, I am going to share with you the finished poncho that I made and get you ready for our Woobles Advent Countdown. So, during the month of December, there are 3 Sundays before Christmas. There is the 7th, the 14th, and the 21st. I plan to post videos every Sunday. That's been my routine for the most part. There were a couple of videos that I posted on Saturdays. However, most videos that we post will be posted on Sundays. For the Sundays in December, we are going to share with you all the Woobles Advent Calendar. We're going to open 4 of the boxes in each Woobles kit, because I have 2 Woobles kits. So we're going to open 4 of the boxes every Sunday for the next 3 Sundays leading up to Christmas. Now, if you have the Woobles Advent box and you want to be surprised by the days and you're doing the full 12-day countdown and you're waiting until 12 days before Christmas, then I will give a disclaimer in my videos so that you can skip that video or wait until after Christmas to watch the video so you're not spoiled by what is inside the boxes. If you don't care, then great. Keep watching through the month of December and we'll share all of the Woobles Advent countdowns with you. I decided to try something a little different with this video and actually have the fireplace going. So let me know if you love the vibes in this video in the comments below. If not, oh well. But it is a beautiful day out. At least to me, it's a beautiful day out. So this weekend was Thanksgiving, and everyone watching, I hope that you were able to find rest, joy, relaxation, everything that feels good to you over these last few days. If you had to work, I hope that the work was not stressful and that you still found time to appreciate and be thankful for everyone and everything that is in your life. And I know that this time of year for some can be very draining, very stressful, very isolating, because some of us don't have the biological families to go home to or our chosen families to go home to. And so sometimes we can feel very lonely during this time of year when everyone is gathering with their friends and family. Just know that you are not alone, and please know that you are loved. This time of year can be hard for everyone, and please be easy on yourself. So, with that said, this weekend was Thanksgiving. We had a pretty low-key Thanksgiving because I was not feeling well, but I'm okay. And yesterday, so Friday it started to snow just a little bit, and then yesterday was Saturday, and it's been snowing non-stop here in Wisconsin. I know there's a winter storm going across most of the country, and so I hope you and your family are staying safe and warm right now, and please be safe. If you are under a winter storm advisory, make sure you know what your emergency services or emergency resources are. If your power goes out and it's below freezing, please know where the Normus warming shelter might be or where you and your family can go to stay warm for extended periods of time, because it can be very dangerous if things that are supposed to be working for you stop working. And all of that out of the way, I really love snow. I love this time of year, and I am so grateful that for Thanksgiving weekend we got snow. This doesn't happen all the time, and when it's happening now, it is just the perfect timing for me because I am a winter baby and I love all of it. We did put up our tree. Our tree is in our dining room area, so by those like bay windows. And it looks so beautiful at night with the Christmas tree lights reflecting off of the windows, and now with all of the snow outside of the windows, it's so beautiful. I'll try and take a picture if I remember to. If I don't, I'm sorry, but it is a beautiful time of year for me, and I'm just loving all of it. So with that said, it is the perfect timing. Don't you love it when one of your crochet or knit projects wraps up just at the right time? And I was working on this poncho, So I used Crystal from Bag O Day Crochet's pattern for this poncho, and this is the second time that I've used her pattern for a poncho. I did something different this time. I'm that type of person. Tell me in the comments below if you are the type of person that follows a pattern to the T. Every single word and every technique that is in that pattern, you follow it to the T. You don't change anything. You don't do your own preferred method of joining versus what they're saying. You follow the pattern the way it is written. I'm not that person. I don't follow patterns. I'm not that great at following patterns. So I always do something different, and it's not because I'm trying to do something different, it's just my own personal style. Or when I read through the pattern, if I'm like, oh, I like how that sounds, but I would like to do it this way, then I change things up and I do it that way. I could imagine that if you are new to crochet and you're not confident in the stitches or the methods used to create something, that you would probably want to follow the instructions exactly how they're written. So I'm assuming it's probably something that maybe starts to happen once you gain more confidence in what you're doing. But I also know some folks that are new to crochet, that are beginners, that are like, this sounds right, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm going to do it this way. And that is perfectly fine as well, because crochet is so forgiving and there's no right or wrong way to crochet. If you're making something and it looks good to you, then you just made something. Come at me in the comments if you don't agree. So I did two big things different on my poncho than what is in Crystal's pattern, because Crystal's pattern doesn't have a hood. I shouldn't say I always, if you've been following my videos for a while, you know I love to add a hood to almost anything. So I did add a hood. I kept it open on the sides, so it's like a true poncho, because I love when I'm working on a big piece like a blanket or a poncho and it gets big enough for me to fall asleep under, where it's like in my lap and I'm sitting here and I'm crocheting and then I just kind of doze off and I have this in my lap. I love that. It's an amazing feeling to have something that you've made keeping you warm while you're like relaxing and comfortable. So I kept it open because now it is basically a huge blanket that I can just drape over myself, and it has a hood attached to it. The other thing that I did different from Crystal's pattern is Crystal has you make the poncho in two panels. So you make a left side, this is my right, you make a right side and you make a left side, and then you seam it together in the middle, and you leave space for that, you leave a kind of opening to put your head through. I didn't feel like creating two separate pieces. When I was done with the right side or the left side, whichever side that I finished first, when I was done with that side, the thought of making over 200 chains again and then working into those chains and starting a whole new panel really was discouraging to me. So to get past that discouraging moment of feeling like this project was going to be endless, I just kept going. And once I got to the middle part where I wanted to put my head through, I chained, I think I did like 30 chains. So I kept going, working on the same panel. I did 30 chains, and then I kept going again, and then on the way back I worked into those chains, and so that created this opening where I could put my head through. And then working into those chains, you can't really see them because I was using the charcoal color, because I wanted to try and make sure that if it was noticeable, it wasn't too noticeable. So I whenever I do something that I'm not confident with, I'll do it with a dark color because it's so much easier to hide. Tip for you. So I worked into those chains, and then I just kept going down the rest of the side of the poncho. So it's one whole piece that I worked together. And then when I was done adding on all of the rows, because you work sideways. When I was done adding on all of the rows, I just went back and then picked up stitches along the opening and then started making my hood. And I did a half double crochet moss stitch, so it's 2 rows of half double crochet where I do a half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet. So just did the moss stitch with half double crochets around the hood to give it a little bit of a border, and that is how I made this poncho. And so it's pretty big. I'm not going to put it on right now because I'm sitting in front of the fireplace and the fireplace is very warm, but it is very big. It is very comfortable. I used this coloring here is Big Twist Vortex in the color Northern Lights and Mountain Mist. I double stranded them together so that I could have a bulkier yarn to work with. And this is Lion Brand Pound of Love in the color Charcoal. And again, I double stranded it together so that I could have a bulkier weight to make this poncho. And it's done. It was done just in time for the weekend, for all of the snow. I was sitting here all warm and cozy. Definitely fell asleep around 7 o'clock last night and didn't get back up until like 2 o'clock this morning. And I am perfectly fine with that. That was amazing. It was great. So if you can't tell, I'm in a really great mood, and it is all because the winter season is upon us. So I do have another advent calendar that it's a mini skein advent calendar that I bought at the Wisconsin Sheep and Wool Festival, and I believe this was from FanGirl Fibers. Yeah, I think this was from FanGirl Fibers, but you can check out my recap of the Wisconsin Sheep and Wool Festival video to know for sure if you really do want to check out who this advent calendar was from. We already opened December 22nd together in that video. I don't remember what it looked like, so we're going to open it again. But what we're going to do with these is very similar. Oh yeah, it was pink. It was like a very bright pink. Oh yeah, so this is the mini hank that we have from FanGirl Fibers, and if I'm not mistaken, this is 100% wool. I can't remember more than that, but we have this beautiful pink color. So we're going to open 4 of these over the next 3 Sundays as well, so that we can get our full picture of what all of these mini skeins look like. And we'll figure out by the end of the month what project we want to do with all of these mini skeins, just to see how they tie together. Initially, I think I was thinking about making a... Yeah, I think I was thinking about making like mini granny squares with these, and then figuring out what I wanted to do with the granny squares once I got them all finished. But I don't know. Let me know what you would do with 12 different mini skeins, and we can go from there. Because even that I'm thinking about like granny squares, if this isn't a lot of yarn to do much with like granny squares, so I think the granny squares I would have granny squares and wouldn't really know what to do with them. But yeah, let's see as we open these together. And so that was December 22nd, my birthday. Now, at the beginning of this video, I told you I have 2 Woobles kits. So I have, this one was their 2024 kit, and this is their 2025 kit. So I actually I bought this last year and I put it downstairs with all of my yarn, and then I completely forgot about it. And so I didn't do anything with it. And I kept looking at it as the year went by, and I was like, oh, I should open this. It'll be a fun little treat. I already know what the Woobles are that are inside of it because I looked at the Woobles every year when, I shouldn't say every year, but they've had these advent calendars for 3 years now, 2023, 24, and 25. And for 23, right before they released the 2024 kit, they released the Woobles that were a part of that 2023 kit as like something that you could purchase for that year. So they weren't in the surprise kit anymore. You could just purchase them. And then the Woobles that are in this kit, they did the same thing this year. So you can find the Woobles that you were surprises in the 2024 kit available on their website for purchase now. And so I already know what Woobles you make in here, but I don't know all of the other little like surprises that come along with the kits. So this is the 2024 Woobles Advent Kit, and it comes in this box. The box is really nicely made. I will give Woobles credit. While they are way overpriced, they do put a lot of detail in their packaging, and their packaging is really nice. So this box, it's designed to be a kind of like a stand for your Woobles. So once you open it up, you have like this little display area where you can put your Woobles and you can display them on here. And each of these little boxes that you pull out, you can actually turn them into like little pieces of furniture and artwork that goes into this staging area. So there's 12 different boxes here. The first year in 2023, when they released their kit, it had 24 or 25 boxes. Folks did not like, they felt like each box didn't have the quality or wasn't exciting to open, and so Woobles revised their Advent box for 2024 and cut it down from 24 or 25 boxes to 12. And so it's kind of like the 12 days of Christmas kind of thing. So to make it, to not have to spend more to create the Advent box, but to still give folks something that felt really valuable when they opened up each box. So this is the 2024 one. And I don't know what's in this one yet. This is the 2025 one. But similar, you open up the box, you have this staging area, and you open up these flaps. Open up these flaps. And you have more of this like little staging area. And so again, there's 12 different boxes here, and the boxes turn into different furniture that you can set up in this little staging area. So once your Woobles are complete, you can display them using this box. So what I plan to do is I plan to open 4 boxes every Sunday. So next week is December 7th. I will open box 1, 2, 3, and 4 of both sets. I want to compare what the sets are, so to see like what did you get in 2024 compared to what do you get in 2025, and then make the pieces in that video and show you what we got. So that's my plan for the next few months. Over the holiday break, so I do have off between like Christmas Eve and New Year's Day. I plan to really do a overhaul of my yarn stash. So I want to go through all of my yarn, really look at what I have, what I want to keep, what I don't want to keep or don't have plans for, and really figure out what I want to do with all of that extra yarn, because I have way too much yarn, more yarn than I will probably ever use in the near future, and more yarn than I probably want to use in the near future. So we will go through that at the end of this month and really see where all of that falls and what I want to do with that. Oh, this is interesting. So when I was looking at their box for this year, this card fell out, and on the back there's a QR code. So I'm not going to show you the QR code because I don't know if this is only available to people who bought the box or if it's available to everyone, but it says join Team Woobles for a fun Wooble along in December 2025. So, and then it has the QR code. So I'm gonna check this out and let you know what it is and if it's available to everyone. So this, again, it fell out of the box when I opened it up. Didn't really know what this was. I thought if you're familiar with Woobles, when you buy a kit, it comes with a little card and it'll have like the animal on it. I think I might actually have a kit here. No, I don't. It comes with a QR code. It comes with a card with a QR code on it, and when you scan that QR code, it brings you to the digital pattern where you have all the videos. There is a small link, it's kind of hidden sometimes, where you can click on and get a PDF version of the pattern. So for every Wooble that you buy, you can have a PDF version of the pattern that you download and save that you can print off. So you don't have to follow along to the videos. I know that's something that folks don't often know and are confused about, but the QR code does lead you to a pattern that you can print out as well. So when this card fell out, I thought that that's what this was, and I didn't realize until I was just looking at it that it's something extra. So I'll let you know next video what this is and if it's something everyone can participate in, because honestly you don't need to buy a Woobles kit to make a Wooble. You're basically just paying for the pattern and the materials that are a part of that kit. But once you buy a Woobles kit, you have that pattern and you can make that Wooble with any yarn that you want. Woobles yarn is this kind of t-shirt yarn that has like cotton or polyfill in the middle of it. It's really interesting yarn, but Michaels has their own version now. A lot of places have come out with their own version of this kind of Wooble t-shirt amigurumi yarn, so it's very reasonable to buy it somewhere else, and you can always use other cotton or acrylic yarn for amigurumi too, so you don't have to use the Woobles yarn because the Woobles yarn is so expensive. But that is everything that I have for you today. I hope you all are having a warm weekend. I hope you're staying warm. I hope that you've been able to spend this weekend with friends and family that fill you up, bring you joy, and really hold you close, because this time of year can be, again, it can be difficult when you don't have people around you that can fill up your cup. So focus on being that person that helps others fill up their cup, and find those that help you fill up yours. And I hope that you keep those creative loops going, and I will see you next week. Bye, y'all.